Hello class, once again it is Natani Atsitty and I am going to be talking about biology. Now you're probably wondering, what does this Army helicopter video have to do with biology? Well, I'm going to tell you. Back when I was a young man, I used to be a pilot. I used to fly Black Hawks, the United States Army, and when we went through this we had to learn about different biological processes and how they affect Army aviation. So without further ado, we will talk about blood transportation of oxygen. So as most people know, your red blood cells transport oxygen to the cells of the body. Air comes in the mouth, down the pharynx, trachea, hits the lungs, gas diffusion, oxygen comes on the red blood cells hit the cells, comes back, we expel CO2. But what happens when we don't have enough oxygen? You're probably asking yourself, why wouldn't we have enough oxygen? Well, there's several reasons for that. And the phenomenon I'm going to talk about today is called hypoxia. And hypoxia results when the body lacks oxygen. You're probably thinking, well, why would my body lack oxygen? Well, there's several ways your body can lack oxygen. There's 4 different types. There's hypoxic, which is generally associated when there's not enough oxygen in the air when you're at high altitude or low pressure. So if you're ever in an airplane flight and the masks fall from the ceiling and you put that on, that's so you don't pass out. There's hypemic, which is if you ever get shot or cut and you're bleeding out and your body can't get oxygen because the blood is leaving your body. That's another type. And then there's stagnant, if you're in a centrifuge or if you're sitting for a long period of time, you'll get stagnant hypoxia. There's histotoxic, when your body has a chemical that's competing for the receptor sites of the O2, such as carbon monoxide. And so smoking and alcohol have an effect on how your body receives oxygen. So that is hypoxia. So the why of hypoxia is because if you're flying in a helicopter and you need to fly at altitude and you have a low oxygen count in your body, then you can't fly as high and you can't save soldiers who might need you. Especially flying in areas like Afghanistan, when we're constantly flying at 10,000 feet, you need oxygen. Alcohol does the same thing. 1 ounce of alcohol can have a physiological altitude effect of 2,000 feet sea level. So if you drink an alcohol, then you can only fly at 8,000 feet before you it starts to affect your flying. And this really affects the nervous system, such as your eyes, and that's why it's important.